Teofimo Lopez, who is the current champion, the major champion at the 135-pound division after defeating Vasyl Lomachenko, taking it to a 12th round decision. So, before the fight, there was no rematch clause put into the contract, and I took it as Vasyl Lomachenko was a little overconfident. He probably thought that he was going to go in there and smoke Teofimo Lopez and defend his titles and then, move on. But Teofimo Lopez had other plans. And Lomachenko, he made a big mistake by not putting a rematch clause in the contract. Nonetheless, now, Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko wants a rematch. And Teo says, well, you didn't want to give me a rematch when you drew up the contract. You didn't try to give me a rematch when you was the champion. Why should I give you one? I don't like talk like that, man. I feel like this. You a champ, you take on all smoke, all comers, bro. So how would a rematch between Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko look? Well, Lomachenko is known to process and download people. And I think, people were thinking in the first fight that's what was going to happen. He's like, yo, he's not punching. He's taking rounds off because he's downloading information. Timothy Bradley was the main one that was throwing that bullshit out there. But after a couple of rounds, you started to say, all right, he ain't really doing nothing. It's like the third, fourth, fifth round. He's not really letting his hands go. Can't take that long to download information. It was Teofimo's power that was getting to him. And people were saying, well, he was scared. I don't think he was scared because towards the end of the fight, Loma was letting off on Teo, bro. He wasn't afraid to punch. He wasn't afraid to fight Teo, bro. I guess he was a bit wary of the power because he felt a little bit of it. I don't think he was afraid to fight him. I just think he was a little gun shy because he didn't like the power. But he just figured, man, I got to do what I got to do to win this fight. So he let his hands go towards the end of the fight, which wasn't enough. And clearly he wants a rematch, so he's not that afraid of him if he want a rematch. So how would the fight go? Well, I think if they fought again, more than likely Lomachenko would probably end up winning that fight because if you watch the end of the fight with Loma and Lopez, man, he was first of all, Teo looked a little bit tired. He was getting pieced up. Just watch the last rounds, man. He was getting pieced up. The last round was dope. They both was going at it, but somewhere within, I think, the seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, those rounds right there, he was piecing Loma. He was piecing Teofimo up, bro. When you watch slow motion in these fights, you really get to see the effects of stuff. When you watch them fights in slow motion, you can see what he was doing. And what will end up happening is now he's used to he's used to Teofimo's power. They fought again. He knows exactly what to do and how to figure him out. And he would end up probably outboxing Teofimo if they fought again. And he would probably, if Teo was the champion, he would probably take those belts back. Lots of times, man, when fighters they learn from, if they get rematches, sometimes they learn their mistakes and what they were doing wrong the first time, and then they end up going back to the drawing board and they try to work on what they did wrong and try to fix it. And sometimes it works, like Anthony Joshua. He lost his belts to Andy Ruiz, and he went back and reassessed everything and figured out what he needed to do to beat him and get his belts back. That's exactly what I think Lomachenko would do if they fought a second time. So who would win if Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez had a rematch? And my prediction would be Vasyl Lomachenko 12-round decision against a rematch with Teofimo Lopez. Let me know what you think. Get at me, like and subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one.